Hello friends, I am Salil Ramesh Chandra. I am an activist. I have also written a book called Where to Invest, When to Invest and How to Invest. The topic today is how much loan you should take from the bank for housing loan and what is the tenure of the loan that you should take. That is how much period for which you should take the loan. Now, see the loans that are available in the banks, with the banks, are say 30 lakhs, 40 lakhs, whatever the amounts are there. The general advice in social media is that you should take the loan as lowest as possible and take it for the lowest possible tenure and try to give back the loan at the earliest possible tenure. So supposing if you have taken loan for 15 years, reduce it to 10 years, try to pay more EMI and get away with the loan. The logic given is that, supposing I'm just giving an example, that if you have taken a 30 lakh loan and say at 8% or whatever interest they are charging 8.5%, you are paying another 30 lakh as interest amount. So net you pay is almost double the amount that you are paying back. So that is not right. You are losing so much money. Why should you pay so much money? You reduce your loan. You start paying as early as possible. Pay one EMI every year more or two EMIs every year more, and try to reduce and so that you can the interest rate that you have to pay is less. Now this is even given by chartered accountants and all that. It is basically plain mathematical model that they are using. But I am giving a contrary opinion to you. So let us say why I'm saying that. Say I suggest that you should take a loan at the maximum level. Take the longest period time available for repayment of loan. Now, why I'm saying that is, first of all, there is an inflation aspect to any loan. The inflation that we have in India for last 20 years is around 5.5% average to 6% and so on. So the buying power of money is coming down and down. What you could get in 100 rupees 20 years back, now you have to pay almost 3 times the value, say 300 rupees or so. And what you have taken a loan 20 years back, the value of that is almost one third of it today. So supposing you have taken a loan of 30 lakhs, the value of that loan is 10 lakh rupees. Now this is at the rate of around 5% or 5.5% you can say. So what happens is, when you buy a property, you are trying to reduce the loan amount and you are taking a lower, a smaller property. Instead, I would advise you to take the full loan and get a good property. The maximum possible size of the property in area wise and otherwise, or the quality of property. And because the value of that will come down every year by 5%. So supposing you have taken a loan of 30 lakhs, in 1 year it is reduced by 5% and 2 years it is reduced by another 5% and it keeps on going for 20 years or whatever period you have taken the loan for. So that inflation aspect is totally ignored. Supposing you are paying 8.5% interest, you have to realize that there is a 5.5% inflation also, and that the net actual payment will be 3% only and not 8% or 8.5%. So this way, when you look at the property, your whole looking at the property, the angle completely changes, the dimension changes. So you should take for as long as possible a tenure. You should take the maximum loan, take a good property, and you pay the EMIs on a regular basis. There is another factor, there is a second factor that I am talking about, is that because of inflation, the salary also increases. So there are two reasons the salary can increase. One is because of the inflation itself, and secondly because you gain experience, you go for higher positions, you start getting more salary. So supposing what you got say 20 years back, say 10,000 rupees, you are now getting 25,000 rupees. If you are getting 25,000 rupees, you are now getting 1 lakh rupees, and so on. So there is a inflation value to the salary also. There is a experience value to the salary also, which over a period of time makes it easy for you to repay the loan at the earliest possible time. Now, what do you do with this money? Say, basically, if you get, you save more. This is the third aspect of the, the angle of why we have to not pay as early as possible. Is that if you don't pay early EMIs, you are saving more money with you. You are not giving it to the bank. You are keeping it with you, and that saved money, you can use it to put in better investment, which can give you 10%, 12%, 15% interest, dividend, particularly mutual funds. They may grow at 15% appreciation. They may grow at 12% appreciation. Whereas the money that you have put, your loan you have taken is at 8%. The money that you save can actually get better returns at 12%. So you can give back the interest and still have more appreciation coming for your savings. So please don't be in a hurry to pay the EMIs. But at the same time, you have to ensure that whatever money is saved is put to good use. Now somebody says that, okay, what happens if supposing I lose my job, now I have got loan to pay, and if I paid early amounts, then the burden will be less. That too, I am also not very agreeable to that position. Why I am saying that is, the more money you pay to the bank, the lesser money you have with you. And when such a position comes, you are not in a position to pay the EMIs. If you had paid as usual and not paid early EMIs or more EMIs, that money now you can use to pay the EMI till the problem is solved. You got money with you. Instead of, you already given it to the bank. So you get that money to use it in case of you face such a problem. So that also logic will not work. It is not working. In fact, if you are facing a problem, you can use that money to repay the loan because you have got sufficient savings now. Still, I'll put it with experience. I've seen in 50 years, the housing prices were 15,000, 20,000, 25,000. At that time, the government there were financial agencies of the government which gave loan, and people paid 100 rupees, 125 rupees, 150 rupees as EMIs and all that. And it went for 20 years. Initially, that 100 rupees seemed to be a very big amount, or 150 rupees seemed to be a big amount. But over a period of time, because of inflation because of the inflation, the amount seemed much less and less and less. If in 1980s, the property values were 1 lakh, 2 lakh, and so on, and people took a loan of that, and then they started paying 1,500, 1,000 rupees, and so on. And over a period of time, the property value went up to 1 crore, but the loan that they were paying was hardly any value because of inflation. And that loan burden, that is the EMI burden, was very small over a period of time. After 5 years, 10 years. So what happens is, initially the burden seems very high. Say let us say 3, 4, 5 years and all that. After 5 years, the burden seems to be okay, not so great. 10 years later, it seems to be a very small amount. 10, 15, 20 years, the amount seems to be smaller and smaller and smaller because of inflation, increase in salaries and all that. So this is what I have seen, and that's why I recommend that home loan should be taken at the maximum, the tenure should be maximum, and it is also one of the cheapest source of loan. No other loan, I think your car loan is also a very cheap source of loan, but it is for a very short tenure, 3 years and all that. Here you are getting for a very long time, 20 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years and all that. You should take it for the maximum period. It is one of the cheapest source of loan. This is my advice. It is a contrary advice. How do you find this advice? Please, if you like this advice, please like and share it. Please also subscribe to my channel. I will be coming out with more videos on the financial aspects of how to save money, what best savings you can have. So, thank you. Jai Hind.